We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next. Welcome back to the Daily Helpline. Here helping us out today is Brandy. Now, I love you guys, and you know why? It's because when we ask you to submit a good selfie question, you deliver each and every time.
Yes.
Here are a few of our favorites. Now, are you ready, Brandy?
You know I'm ready.
Okay, you guys ready? Miles, I know we're ready. Let's check it out. Let's see the first one.
Hi, Spirit and Miles. I had my first baby 3 months ago, and my maternity leave is almost up. I'm having a lot of anxiety about leaving her at daycare because we've been pretty inseparable. Do you have any advice?
Now, this is a tough one,
Yeah, it's
especially
very
first
tough.
baby, okay, because you're going to have all of the anxiety. The answer to this is you have to start doing it now in slow doses so that you are not just super anxious at work. So start off by leaving her with someone that you trust for 5 or 10 minutes at a time, and then build up. Build up to an hour, build up to half a day. And then you also might want to look at a daycare that has the cameras installed, because that's like, you know, the new technology that actually allows you to look at your child throughout the day. And that's great because you're at work, you get that moment of anxiety, you can log on to the website, take a look and know that they're being well cared for. Just don't stay on the site all day. Okay, because you will. You'll get distracted, then you'll lose your job, and then you'll be at home all day. And then you won't have to worry about the issue. So little doses, and you got to break it.
Yeah, I think separation anxiety is obviously a real thing, but you know, I think you got to work on it from your end first.
Yeah.
Because she's going to pick up what you're putting out there, and so if you're anxious about dropping off or leaving, it's going to build the anxiety there. So work on being able to separate yourself from the situation, and it'll be easier for her and both of you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was a her. Was it a?
Oh,
Don't
I
know.
don't know. 3 months old, yeah.
Well, I would have to agree with the both of you. I think it'll help a lot for her if she leaves the baby with someone that
Do you
she
remember the
trusts.
first time you left your baby?
Yes, but it was with my mom, so.
You still weren't anxious?
I was anxious, but I mean, I trust my mom, you know. So, but yeah, that's the most important thing. I think it'll help her, you know, make the transition if it's with someone that she trusts.
Someone you trust.
All right, let's hear the next selfie question.
All right.
Hey, what's up? It's Chad Davis, and I have a question for you guys today. I don't really like to drink, but most of my friends do. How do I still go out to the club, network, have fun without being the odd man out? Let me know what you think. Thanks.
Oh, he's a cutie. Really look, everybody was like, what's his number?
He is not odd, okay?
You know, it's a great question, and here's the thing: is it's usually people's discomfort with you choosing not to drink in a social setting is more about them than it is about you.
Yes, it is.
And so it's going to be a little awkward. The more comfortable and confident you become as a non-drinker, the less people are going to react to it. And so it's all about your answer to them, because usually what happens is you might be shamed or embarrassed because of, why am I not drinking? Because for some reason people get this perception that if you don't drink, you're not fun.
Right. Yeah, and that's
or you're
not true.
Having, it's absolutely
That's
not true.
such a lie.
And so for you, it's stand in your confidence. I could see even when you asked that question. So when people ask you, just shut it down pretty quick. Don't feel like you need to over-explain it. Don't tell them why. This is your path. Stay on it and be real and be confident in it.
A lot of people I know don't drink, and they have just as much fun as the people that do drink. And I think it's about the energy. I think if you're in a great environment and the energy is turned up, you're gonna have a good time. You don't have to, you know.
Yeah. And see, and you got to stand your ground, because it's really, you know, once you're confident enough to say, no, I don't drink, and then they know that that's what it is, they'll stop asking.
Absolutely. Let's take one more question. I think we have time for one more.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I have a question. I'm 34 years old and I'm constantly asked why I don't have kids yet. How do I politely respond without letting them know that I'm offended? Because I am offended. Thanks.
That's a tough one.
Is it?
Yeah,
because I would just smile and just say none of your business. Or when the time is right, it's right. And if it's meant to be, it'll be.
Yeah.
You know, don't be asking me my business.
You know,
that's what I would say.
And this is the thing, is that people are always in your business.
Right,
you know,
absolutely.
Whether you have one kid, whether you got a million kids, they're always going to ask you the opposite of what you have. You know, I mean, I have 5 children, and so when I talk about I have 5, they go, ooh, on purpose?
Wow.
Yes, I am offended. No, but you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, is you have to let that go. You don't have to be offended, because that's more about them than it is about you. So when they ask the question, it's because I'm not ready to yet, and I'm being responsible about what I'm doing. Shut it down. Shut it down.
I can relate to this one because
Yeah.
obviously I don't have kids.
Yeah.
And I want them, you know, it's in my, but, and I get asked that question. I grew up in the South, and so it's a cultural thing that I should have by now. I just turned 38, and so I should have had them at 28 or 25 or 20, because most of my friends and buddies did. And so somebody helped me kind of flip this script, because really the reason you're offended is because they hit a button in you. And usually right underneath being offended is because you have some shame that you're not where you think you should be.
Right.
That's the part I can relate to. And the thing is somebody told me one day, so how come you're not married yet? And I used to feel like I needed to explain that, as if something's wrong with me. And I believed that there was something wrong with me that I wasn't. And it's not what's wrong with you, it's what's right with you.
That's right.
Let me just say that. And it's what's right with me.
Hallelujah.
Come on. You gotta get the Holy Ghost up in here.
And the rest of that goes is that I had a lot of opportunities to get in relationships that would have failed, because 51% of them do in our country. And guess what? I've got about a 50% better chance of being a dad in my 30s than I would have been in my 20s. So I can show up a lot more mature now than I could have then. There's studies to prove that. So take your time. You're doing just fine.
You're gonna be a great daddy, Miles. I can't wait to be Auntie Spirit. All right. All right. Now coming up, we've got more questions, more answers, and more Brandy. So stay tuned right here. There's more of the Daily Helpline when we come back. We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next.